Welcome to a special episode of Royal Telly. Today we're navigating through the stormy seas of royal controversies. We're dissecting a contentious article by the Daily Mail and the demands made by none other than Thomas Markle himself. But that's not all. We have a special highlight, the ever-inspiring Dr. Shola powerful response to these latest developments. Intrigued? You should be. Stay tuned as we delve into these hot topics. Now, let's get the ball rolling. Greetings, dear viewers. You're tuned into Royal Telly. I'm your host, Chloe. Here at Royal Telly, we stand strong with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, celebrating their achievements and countering the often unfair media narrative. We're not just about the glitz and glamour. We're about the substance, the work, and the impact. In today's episode, we're delving into the latest developments involving the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. So grab your cup of tea, settle in, and let's get started. To start off, let's get into the latest article by the Daily Mail. The Daily Mail's newest piece features statements from Thomas Markle, father to Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. In a rather melancholic tone, he laments his isolation from his daughter, claiming that he has no hope of reconciliation as his 80th birthday approaches. The article paints a picture of a man who is forlorn and has resigned himself to the fact that he will not hear from his daughter on his special day. It's a tale spun with a heavy heart and an air of resignation. However, it's crucial to remember that this isn't the first time we've seen Thomas Markle's narrative being used in a way that seems to undermine the Sussexes. Time and time again, Daily Mail has used his story to create waves of controversy around the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. It's a pattern that, quite frankly, is getting old. Once again, the Daily Mail has chosen to drag Thomas Markle into the limelight, using his woes to generate faux outrage about Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. They'd have us believe he is nothing more than a sad father, estranged from his daughter and left out in the cold. But let's not forget that this is the same man who has repeatedly chosen to engage in public denigration of his own daughter. The Daily Mail's article is undoubtedly slanted towards causing discord and casting the Sussexes in a negative light. It's almost as if the Daily Mail owns Thomas Markle's narrative, using it as a tool to continually undermine Harry and Meghan. It's a recurring theme, a persistent agenda to chip away at the Sussexes' reputation. The royal family, Thomas Markle, and the UK tabloids seem to be marching to the same beat, their shared goal being to undermine the Duke and Duchess in every way possible. And with that, we see yet another attempt by the Daily Mail to create controversy where there is none. Now, let's move on to Thomas Markle's demands. The father of Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, has been vocal about his expectations for his daughter's attention, especially on his upcoming 80th birthday. But is this demand fair, or is it merely a ploy for public sympathy? Thomas's relationship with his daughter has been strained, to say the least. It's a sad saga of a father and daughter torn apart, not by personal differences, but by the harsh glare of the media spotlight and the relentless pursuit of headlines. In a recent article, Thomas bemoaned the lack of contact from Meghan, stating, "Meghan's the one I want to hear from on my birthday, but here's why I know she won't call." It's a desperate plea, a cry for attention, and a sad reflection of a man who seems to be willingly used by tabloids to undermine his own daughter and her husband, the Duke of Sussex. Thomas Markle's actions are a stark contrast to the loving and supportive father figure we all hope to have in our lives. Instead of respecting his daughter's privacy and her choices, he seems to be engaging in a campaign to denigrate her. As Dr. Shola rightfully pointed out, he intentionally engages in denigrating his daughter. He is a cancer to her life. This isn't the first time Thomas has spilled his grievances to the press. He has repeatedly used the media as a platform, seemingly more interested in his own public image than the well-being of his daughter. It's a sad spectacle, and one that only serves to hurt the relationship between him and the Duchess of Sussex further. The sad reality is, if Meghan chooses not to speak to him again, it's a decision we must respect. After all, she's likely already said goodbye to the father she once knew and loved, because this version of him is far from that. It's clear that Thomas Markle's actions are doing more harm than good. His demands might make for a good headline, but they're certainly not helping to mend the broken bond between him and his daughter. In response to this, we have a powerful statement from Dr. Shola. Dr. Shola, a tireless advocate and supporter of the Sussexes, didn't hold back in her response to Thomas Markle's comments and the Daily Mail's narrative. As someone who is known for her frank and fearless voice, her words have shown a spotlight on the real issue here. She took to social media to slam Thomas Markle and the Daily Mail, stating, "Daily Mail always drags Thomas Markle's raggedy arse out to create faux outrage about Meghan Markle. He intentionally engages in denigrating his daughter. He is a cancer to her life, a 30 pieces of silver Judas of a father. It's not just the strength of her words that stands out, but the truth they carry." Dr. Shola has astutely pointed out the unhealthy dynamic that the Daily Mail continues to perpetuate with Thomas Markle. It's a dynamic that serves no one but those who want to undermine the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Dr. Shola didn't stop there. She went on to say, "If Meghan decides never to speak to him again, that's her choice. She's probably already said goodbye to the father she knew and loved, because this version isn't it. I can't blame her." Her comments underscore the sad reality that Meghan and indeed Harry have had to face. The people they once knew and loved have become unrecognizable, used as tools by tabloids to spread a hate campaign against them. Dr. Shola's words serve as a powerful reminder that we need to respect and support their choices as they navigate this complex and challenging landscape. Behind Dr. Shola's strong words is a call to arms for all Sussex supporters. It's a call to stand up against the unfair attacks on Harry and Meghan, and to question the narratives that are being pushed by the media. It's a call to support the Sussexes in their quest for privacy, respect, and the freedom to live their lives without constantly being undermined. Dr. Shola's reaction is not just a reaction, it's a battle cry. It's a rallying call. It's a beacon of support for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, who continue to face unwarranted attacks from those they should be able to trust. Dr. Shola's words remind us of the importance of supporting the Sussexes in the face of such unfair attacks. And it's a reminder that we, as supporters, have a role to play in this narrative too. It's up to us to stand strong, to question, to support, and to ensure that the Sussexes know they are not alone in this fight. Let's take a moment to summarize the main points we've discussed today. Firstly, we delved into the latest Daily Mail article where, once again, Thomas Markle has been used as a pawn to stoke the fires of controversy surrounding the Sussexes. The article, filled with Thomas Markle's forlorn hopes of reconciliation with his daughter Meghan on the eve of his 80th birthday, only served to highlight the ongoing media manipulation. Next, we discussed Thomas Markle's demands. These are not the earnest pleas of a concerned parent, but rather the bitter cries of a man who seems to be more invested in his own public image than in his daughter's well-being. It's disheartening to see a father intentionally denigrating his own child in such a public forum. This brings us to Dr. Shola Moshogbamimu's reaction. She took a firm stand against the Daily Mail's tactics and Thomas Markle's behavior. Her words were a powerful reminder that Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, has every right to distance herself from harmful influences, even if they come from her own father. Dr. Shola's support for the Sussexes is inspiring, and her voice is a beacon of sanity amidst the media frenzy. We also touched on the disturbing reality that the royal family and UK tabloids seem to be on the same team when it comes to undermining the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Their relentless campaign of hate and criticism towards the Sussexes is uncalled for and unjust. In summary, the Sussexes continue to face unwarranted criticism and attacks from various quarters. However, thanks to brave voices like Dr. Shola Moshogbamimu, these attacks are not going unanswered. The Sussexes have a right to their own lives, free from manipulation and constant judgment. It's clear that the Sussexes continue to face unwarranted criticism and attacks. As we close today's video, remember that supporting the Sussexes means standing against these unfair attacks. These relentless attempts to undermine the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are nothing more than thinly veiled attempts at spreading negativity. We appreciate the stand taken by Dr. Shola Moshogbamimu and hope it encourages more people to rally behind the Sussexes. We invite you to share your thoughts and engage in a healthy discussion in the comments section. We believe that together we can create a positive environment that uplifts and supports rather than tears down. Let's continue to appreciate the amazing work of the Sussexes and stand strong with them in the face of any adversity. Let's drown out the noise and amplify the voices that truly matter. Thank you for watching Royal Telly. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned for more updates and, as always, keep supporting the Sussexes.